tricky for both the diner and the restaurant serving them. Towns and restaurants have had to get creative in order to provide patrons with a safe and comfortable experience, whether that means using things like outdoor heaters or even igloos. And Plymouth is no exception. Parklets on Main is a program created by Plymouth Rocks Events and the town of Plymouth to provide restaurants on Main Street with supplies needed to install outdoor areas known as Parklets. Julie invited Mike Gioscia, Mike McCarthy, and Jordan Chabot via Zoom to talk about this program and what it will do for local businesses. Julie?
Thank you for joining us today, Mike, and Jordan. Let's start with Mike McCarthy. You are the owner of Yankee Wood Carvers and Signs right here in downtown Plymouth, and you have designed these proposed parklets, street deck parklets. Can you tell people what they are for those who don't know about the parklets?
Well, basically, it's a transition from the sidewalk onto the street that is flat and accessible with a wheelchair or people walking, so they can go out and dine on the street. Uh, I I think that you should probably back up here a little bit and talk about what why this came about. Um, uh, at the last Zoom meeting that the town put together, they were trying to see if we were going to proceed with the one-way road through town, and I strongly oppose this, along with everybody on this panel here, and and so I started a Facebook uh, campaign, and within hours I had a couple hundred people agreeing about this one way had to stop. The two-way street through town is very beneficial for everyone in town. One way makes no sense at all. It would close down businesses as it did back at the beginning of the pandemic. Um, so with a little simple math, I went out to the street and figured out that these little parklets, which are used all over the nation, uh, would be a suitable way to solve this problem, having a two-way street run through town, and also having the restaurants get back on their feet. Uh, you know, a lot of people like myself who have uh, businesses that aren't restaurants uh, also need this two-way street. I mean, the people coming from the south of Plymouth would have to swing all the way around town to go to their store of choice. So these street decks will be very beneficial for all of us and help the restaurant.
Absolutely. So it's a place to allow restaurants to continue to do outside dining, but also allow the non-restaurant stores to have people be able to go visit them. Mike Gioscia, can you tell us how Plymouth Rocks Events got involved in this?
Sure. So the owners of Craft Beer Cellar, Tatum Stewart, Anthony Gallerani, approached me to be the nonprofit partner for the Parklets, and I'd worked with Tatum and Anthony on Winterfest 2019. So I was happy to lend a hand, as a small nonprofit. Obviously, our 2020, as far as events go, were just wiped clean. There were none, so it's been a bit of a struggle, for a nonprofit like Plymouth Rocks Events to have any events going on. So I saw this as a great opportunity to get back and involved with the town. And we're looking to raise as much money as possible for these parklets and to help as many restaurants as possible as the weather gets nice, as the season comes out. We're so happy to help.
Now, will these be permanent structures? Mike McCarthy, maybe you can talk about this. Are they things that are going to stay year round, or is this just for the spring, summer, fall season?
Well, correct. Yes, they have to be removed because of the snow removal that has to take place. So they can go all the way up until, Thanksgiving, I guess, as soon as the snow stops, probably, May. I think the town is already talking about the timeline on these. Uh, the, I'm actually going to be building a sample deck, which will be able to be viewed by everyone. It's going to be up by the town hall. I know that they're putting barriers in place now for this. And so that way, the restaurants can actually go down there and give their thumbs up about the whole situation here.
Perfect. That's a great idea. Now, as someone who owns a business on Main Street, how will this benefit your business, Speedwell Tavern?
Well, with coronavirus, we all saw last year outdoor dining was definitely the more recommended, safer option. We've done a lot to be safe on the inside too, but there are just certain people that are never going to feel comfortable dining inside, at least for a very long time. So we've lost tables inside due to social distancing. We've lost our bar seating. So kind of necessary at this point for us to continue to function. So with this option, without the harm of the one way, which the one way was great for that sort of emergency knee jerk. We have to do something for the restaurants, but we've had a year to kind of figure it out. We see it definitely didn't help everybody. This two-way with the Parklets, something cohesive, is I think an awesome option.
Excellent. It is. Now, you also had somebody step up to support your Parklet. You want to talk about that?
Yeah. I'll try to do it without getting teary-eyed. So when I found out about this option, I donated right away because I think it's beneficial for everybody down here, not just my business, just for the long term. But someone else who doesn't own a restaurant stepped up, Peter Brown of Tiny and Sons Glass, to sponsor my Parklet. He's everybody knows Pete in town. He's a great guy, never shies away from helping. But he picked up the bill for my Parklet personally because he not only wants to benefit, the long term in downtown and all that, but he understands that if we all kind of get together on this, that long term, this is do great things for the whole town of Plymouth, and it's going to be one cohesive look. It's going to give us the ability to have outdoor seating long after COVID, when things like historical come into play, and for your regulation. If we have a one cohesive idea, this could really benefit. And you bet your butt everybody that eats at Speedwell this summer is going to know that Tiny and Sons did this for us too. So it's a great sort of example.
Right,
too.
exactly.
And he's very smart and very caring for doing that.
Oh, absolutely. And it's the coordination of people and places and organizations and companies that get together. A coordination like Mike Gioscia, you and Rick Carlson of Carlson Creative collaborated to put on Winterfest, a hugely successful event in Plymouth last year. Can you talk about coordinating and consolidating and how that came to be? And can we look forward to another one this year?
Well, obviously, 2020 being blown up, everyone looking to 2021. So we have a tentative date for the next Winterfest, but obviously, like everybody else, we just kind of have to see, what it's going to be, what it's going to look like. To me, as long as we do it in some respect, that'll just show that we're moving forward and it's going to happen. And we can look beyond 2021, 2022, and really these things come together by the people of the community getting together and say, we want this, and then how can we help this happen, and then really just working together. I mean, I've learned so much about Plymouth through Winterfest and working with the community and the restaurant owners and the shop owners, the politicians and town hall and the police and the fire. I mean, you really get a sense of how much people want to help and be involved, and that's great, and that's what people need. I think right now is the weather's getting nice, things are opening up, people are kind of feeling this positive vibe, and people need this. They need to be face to face again and working with each other and getting together and making these things happen. And I think again, to bring it back to the parklets, that's just that's just another way to get people involved in downtown, especially.
Yeah, hope springs eternal. And Jordan, we had you on about 6 months ago, right kind of in the darkest time of COVID-19 for restaurants. How have things changed since then, and what is your outlook?
I just kind of got used to it. We stayed positive through this whole thing, and I get a lot of people didn't have that same luxury. It was just a new challenge every day, and we took it on. Now it is feeling a little easier. Vaccines are starting to get distributed. People are starting to come out again. We've been expanded back to our maximum capacity, social distancing included, but the town has just been incredibly supportive no matter what the obstacle is. If it's just takeout, takeout sales go up. If it's, minimal inside dining, people come in at different times. So we've been very lucky, and I hope other restaurants feel the same, that the town of Plymouth, the people of Plymouth have really backed us up through all of
Absolutely.
this.
Yeah, we have a great town here behind us. Mike McCarthy, how has the pandemic affected your business?
Well, since it's tax time, you kind of know it. Yeah, I'm 25% down. I'm not as bad as a restaurant could be, that's for sure. But it's only going to get better from here on out. I think we should have a really good year this year. There'll be a lot of local people that are going to be staying around town, not traveling as much. So I think that this is a win-win for us. Yeah.
Absolutely. And Mike Gioscia, finally, how can the community rally around and really get involved and support this Parklet project? And how critical is time right now to get this done now?
Well, certainly, as things are getting nicer, we want to get restaurants on board. We want to know who wants one of these parklets. So the quicker, obviously, that we can get money in and get these projects going, the better. There's two ways that people can donate. One is just to go to GoFundMe.com and search Plymouth Parklets. It'll come that way on GoFundMe.com, or Facebook. You can go to the Plymouth Rocks Events Facebook page. We have a link to the GoFundMe. And I was just thinking, like Jordan had said, that some people may still not be comfortable with going out to eat yet. A great way to support the restaurants without even leaving your house is to go to the fundraiser and maybe give, if you're a party of two and you would go and spend X amount of money on dinner or something like that, go to our GoFundMe and spend the money there. And technically you are helping the restaurants in very much the same way.
That's a great idea. Gentlemen, this is wonderful. Shows coordination, consolidation, and care and concern for each other and for our community. Thank you so much, Mike Gioscia, Mike McCarthy, and of course, Jordan Chabot. We adore you all, and we can't wait to see the parklets being built. So thanks for being with us today.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks, Jeff.
Back to you, Elizabeth.
Thank you, Julie. Let's hope we see these parklets around our downtown area soon.